Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm going on to 1 year here with Coach Vlad. And if you don't know who Coach Vlad is, Coach Vlad is the former Russian Olympic head coach. So all the information he was embedding into the top performing athletes in Russia for boxing. He is now in Valrico, Florida, spreading the next generation of Florida Olympians. He is mind-blowing. He understands to be a very good boxer, you got to be a well-rounded athlete, and he understands that stamina, that's footwork, that's defense, that's multitasking, that's mindset. And that is everything you will learn here as soon as you walk into these doors. How to not give up even when your mind is telling you so, how to pivot, how to move your head, how to think, how to endure, how to gain ab strength, how to gain confidence through reps. Today was an awesome class. We had a circuit. He loves to do these circuits from time to time, going around the entire gym with preset activities. For today, we did 5 minutes each session, 15 workouts, and it was absolutely phenomenal. They all worked on stamina, they all worked on core, they all worked on mindset. Because once you get to round 10, you're absolutely exhausted, but you still have to give these next 5, 6, 7 exercises, how many of exercises are left once you hit your tie point, with pristine energy to get those proper reps in to progress into your boxing career better. And we worked on a lot of extension of your arm, moving your hips, moving your feet, because no matter how tired you are, your technique cannot slip, because your technique actually makes it easier, even though it may seem like you need to exert more energy. So that's why I love boxing. It's a lot of mental just along with physical. You can be as strong as you want, you can know all the technique as you want, but if you don't have enough stamina, the technique won't show. If you don't have the right mindset, your stamina might not be as low as you think it is, but because you're telling yourself how tired you are, now you're extremely exhausted and you can't go on, not because your opponent is better than you, but because you're beating yourself up. And that's exactly what you're learning here, how to not beat yourself up, how to be strong and how to be confident. My most favorite exercise was actually the last exercise, was twirling this weight that was strapped to a rope up. It was actually quite challenging if you kept your arm straight. Other than that, the outside on the tire was phenomenal. Keeping the same stance, but rotating your hands from your right hand being on top to your left hand being on top to work on your overhand hooks and things of that nature. However, this is 1 week into the last month of an entire year. I cannot believe it has been this long. I'm super excited to continuously learn here with Coach Vlad. I'll see you next week to see what we do and how much progress I'm continuously making. Okay, I just wrapped up week 2 here with Coach Vlad, and if you've been following my athletic journey, then you know just a few days ago I fell on the bar doing giants in gymnastics, and I am built like a tank, and getting injured does not really occur in my life. However, I have been limping these last couple of days. The pain is mental. It is definitely there. It's definitely swollen, but I am very hard on myself with not allowing mental barriers, no matter how much pain is occurring, to hold me back. However, it did cross my mind for a split moment to see if I may have needed more time before coming to boxing. And it was semi-confirmed because I couldn't train 100% today. I couldn't do the warm-up when they started to jog. I really just couldn't give my all jogging. Even coach seeing it and sitting me down, telling me to go to the rink to stretch, not being able to really jog and karaoke and such. So I stretched for the beginning of class, and towards the end of the warm-up, when it was the walking and the technique work of punching and hooks and crosses forward and backward, I did end up joining. And then after that, we did some partner work with more of the fundamentals, throwing our 1, 2, 3 forward and backwards, and really piggybacking that later with coach directly cueing us, which was great for me today because I wouldn't have been able to handle anything else extensive like the warm-up of jogging or bouncing, but being able to walk or squat, things of that nature, I was able to manage. So today, even though I wasn't able to give my all, I was still able to put in a lot of great reps with my punches and my upper body. And honestly, it kind of helped because it slowed me down. So I really felt how my legs were too wide in certain circumstances where that was my old comfortable, but because I had to go slower and I couldn't really rush through what I was doing, I kind of felt how wide my legs were and how I wasn't as balanced. So although I wasn't as swift and mobile and confident as I would have been healed, I did pick up some notations like that. So it's always a beautiful thing to see when you constantly push your body and how other highlights can be cued while certain areas of your body are down. So I'm super proud of myself for even showing up today, even though I didn't necessarily have 100% of myself to give. And today was really the only day because coach and the competing boys are going to Orlando to compete for the rest of the week. So good luck. I know y'all gonna do well. I'll see you next week to see me at 100% and how next week's practice goes. Okay, welcome to another completed week here with Coach Vlad. The only evidence I have from this morning's workout is a singular photo. Here it is. If you cannot tell by the photo, let me explain it to you a little bit. I was absolutely exhausted. Coach actually pushed me to my limit today. Starting with outside workout, we went into the near neighborhood and took a lap, and I took a step further and made a joke to coach as he ended the lap, said, "Is that all?" And he said, "You know what? Okay, go take another one." So while the class continued the workout where they were, I took an entire another lap and then joined them into the workout, which was more running nonetheless with mini workouts in between. So I was absolutely exhausted, but that's exactly why I continuously come here, because I want to be pushed beyond what my body think is capable. And then we came inside and went on the punching bag immediately for 20 minutes straight. And although it may seem like a lot, most of it was mental. If you can get out your head and really focus, it becomes super meditative to just continuously punch the bag. I worked on straight punches, but when my mind started to wander and tried to tell me I was tired, I changed the direction of my knuckle from my knuckles up to my knuckles sideways to my knuckles down, and it helped me keep focus and at some points being able to keep a constant rapid pace comfortably before hitting exhaustion. And then after that, we worked on defense only in the ring. And if you know me, even following my journey a little bit, you know my leg is still injured just a tad bit from falling on the bar in gymnastics. So after the running outside, the pain did sneak up on me. It was okay outside, but once I took that little break from outside to inside, the pain did sneak up a little bit. So I wasn't at my 100%, maybe 75%. So I was still able and manageable, but there was a pain there to where I couldn't really jog or run comfortably. So once I got into the ring, I was really curious to see how my defense was going to be, and luckily I'm actually able to see my progress real time with being able to block, being able to bury, being able to roll without needing my legs to bounce and move. So if I'm able to keep defense with my shoulder and my hand with being stable, I can only imagine what I'm able to do once I'm able to combine that with my footwork. And with my footwork being disabled today, it allowed me to really put more emphasis on it. So as I continuously pick up nuances here and there within my boxing journey, I will become an overall boxer. And it's just so fascinating to see other areas pick up when other areas are lacking. So just progress in general, learning from the absolute best in the game, Olympic head coach Vlad. I'm so blessed and honored to be learning from him each and every week. I'll see you next week to see what I've learned and how my progress is coming along. Okay, if I've been keeping up correct, it has officially been 1 year worth of classes here in Valrico, Florida with Coach Vlad. And what an absolute way to finish it. I finished it here with an absolute great spar, a awesome athlete who's been training for 5 to 6 months, 3 times a week. When he first got here, I told him, you come 3 times a week, 6 months, you're gonna be an absolute animal. He is on a roll, 7 fights already, winning constantly, and I was able to spar him today. And normally I'm here in the morning and the classes are smaller, which is more intimate, so the classes are better, but it leads to not really having a sparring partner. So I'm doing a lot of learning without implementing what I'm learning. And today what I learned is my stamina needs tons of work, which I already knew, but to see it in real time, to get to the point of exhaustion where I'm not able to defend myself as well as I know I'm capable of, is absolutely unacceptable. I can do better than what I'm doing, but because of exhaustion, I am allowing my defense to fade and allow myself to get injured, which is absolutely unacceptable by any means as a human, but definitely as a man. I'm a grown man. I can't be walking around defenseless, okay? But before I get to the spar, we had a great session today. We did cardio intensive, which is exactly what I need. We started with jump roping, then we went to tennis balls, technique, and then we went to shadow boxing with and without dumbbells. I absolutely love today. As just with the tennis ball exercises, I can see tremendous progress. Same thing with dumbbells. Dumbbells, I don't see as much progress. It's because as you get better, you get stronger, you're fast, always becomes faster, so you're always in this constant state of growth. So I'm getting comfortable with being uncomfortable in every area. Gymnastics, entrepreneurship, boxing, whatever it is, I'm accomplishing every goal, and it's starting to compound right now. So I'm super blessed and happy that it's showcasing here in my boxing. And I absolutely love the coach that I have because he's amplifying my progress. I'm a hard worker, but then you put hard work with proper knowledge and guidance, you raise a me. No, but you raise an outstanding individual. Keep pushing yourself beyond your limits. I'm not saying this by any means as it's easy. It is very hard to come in here and push yourself. I almost died at least 3 times today in class, sitting in the middle class. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm completely drenched. I had 3 hours of sleep last night. I have every excuse not to do it. So if I'm here doing it with all odds against me, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. You just have to be willing to sacrifice it all. Hope you're using my life's journey, at least at the boxing career, to inspire you in some way. Thank you for spending your time here with me today, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next month for my next month's update after 1 year.
And then me and my brother are the only ones who are sure. Really? Oh, and my nephew's half Hispanic. White.
He was really white.
Yeah, like when my husband was little, he had like a long, curly,
My brother did too.
long, curly hair.
Wow.
I think all of us did. Except I didn't have black hair.
Do you naturally have dark brown hair?
I have highlights.
They're long now.
So how often do you guys do fundraising? Is it like all year or around?
Yeah, so I try to do it like, I try to do fundraising all the time just because like if it's competing to I can't
Yeah.
we're at a competition. I do all of the fees for the people in, they're family. Like, you know, it's not cheap.
was like, I went and saw him. He was like Syria. It's like $70-something. But that's how basketball is too.
So we should expensive.
We had to sit her down and tell her like, because we go to Walmart. We all play baseball.
Right.
It's like $5. Okay, so he's in Apollo Beach. Yeah, he works for.
I just moved out of that neighborhood. I live, you know what, near Vegas? I live right across the street, Harbor Island, but I just moved out of Waterset.
Yeah, so we're in 19th Street is basically where we're right on 19th Street.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so I live in Milton. I'm still living in
I know where it's at, but I don't know what it's called, but I know how to get there.
Yeah, I'm still new to the area, but my cousin lives right on the where 41 and 18.
I said we're all neighbors.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys ever need a dumpster, and we can do, you know, whatever, we'll do something today, or to do a week, or whatever.
Yeah, I'll definitely let him know. And then I'll talk to him about because even when you're even just donation.
Yeah.
See if they can find them.
Yeah, just let me know, and I'll give you guys some boxes. Yeah, so like I was saying, I tried to do like, fundraise every single time. Fundraise and try to ask them to go to the boxes. I didn't expect her Yeah, we were a couple different, like, we're gonna have
Like this morning, I was talking to a baseball, and he was like, "Yeah, you played with me." I'm so bad about the notifications.
I had to send my daughter to WhatsApp because I usually
Oh, for what's that?
so I had to turn it on so I can see.
Well, I work from home, so like constantly having my phone.
Yeah, it's just a habit, turning it on.
Because I don't want anyone else to.
Yeah, exactly. I never check the WhatsApp, to be honest with you, and then when I'm like, oh, you didn't read it, go do it on WhatsApp. I got it.
Do you post the fundraising stuff on there too?
Yeah, I actually posted like a bunch of like literature, like why we can. If you're in
What's the size of the issue?
whatever, you know, your parents pay for they're helping, but it really is for kids who, you know, are gonna really take it serious, travel, and, you know, the tracks and stuff,
Yeah, it's like they're all you
But I'd rather spend it here than
Yep.
bailing you out of jail somewhere.
That's her deal.
That's why we are very big about, like, explain to her, like, I get it, you're friends.
Yeah, playing with the distance, that's not a story. Hands up, hands up.
You're hungry, I'll cook it, whatever. You want something to drink, like, you don't need anything. We're like in the house, where all the kids are like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
For me, it was
Yeah.
everything was so close.
See, that's good.
So I
You
couldn't
have to
walk
go
there.
far.
Yeah, that's a big change for her.
Yeah.
She was allowed to walk and do pieces.
That's
and-
how
Yeah, now I was.
Thank you, Robbie. Just a second. Fight, fight, fight.
I remember
1 second. That's the pressure. Good, good. Good
Good
one again. Good.
as long as my phone was off to register, I could go.
He saved the energy for the last 10 seconds. Look at him.
Yeah. So,
No, I didn't know where we were, what we were doing.
and we never knew where our friends were.